Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Grand Theft Auto 5 on the Mysterious JG. Between videos, I confirmed that yes, Rocco Pelosi, not the husband of Nancy Pelosi, but in fact, yeah, he was that jerk from Baldigay Tony. So I'm finding there are certain games I Let's Play them and I forget the stories. Tales of Vesperia is probably like the longest, most story-intensive game I've ever played where I remember almost nothing about the story. After the fact. It involved a guy with the voice of Lu Bu. There's a giant space amoeba enemy at the end that we never really fight, and of course the Aqua Blasticore. But Ballad of Gay Tony is, I want to say it's got to be the weakest story-wise of the various Grand Theft Auto games that I've played because, you know, Grand Theft Auto 4 had a pretty compelling story, even if it jumped around a bit and like had threads that disappeared into nowhere. Uh, like that Russian villain appears, and it seems like he's going to be a huge deal. But then the main GTA 4 game story forgets him completely. Although he comes back to be a part of Ballad of Gay Tony instead. But Gagarin, I guess his name was. But yeah, like I have decent memory of the storyline of Lost and Damned and the main story of GTA 4, and I have pretty strong memories of like the very limited stories of GTA 3 and Vice City, and San Andreas jumps around a lot and is pretty disjointed too. But like Gay Tony, I just don't remember anything about the story. Like I remember the character of Gay Tony a bit, but it really just feels like a collection of skits. But well, particularly because of the ending. The ending was just like there's a couple of bad guys who want to get you, and one of them you deal with, and then Rocco was like very clearly just you were going to have to take him out. There is no way you two could not coexist, but then you never do. And that's who this is. He was the Italian mafia guy who keeps betraying you and setting you up, and like at one point he offers to work with you if you murder Gay Tony. He'll be the new partner, and you guys will run the nightclubs together, and you're gonna kill him. But then Gay Tony's like, you can't do that. He's a made man. And you end up. That was like one of the missions I failed the most time. Is the one where Rocco is like telling us he's betraying us, and he sends like a million Russians to murder us. But we never like we break free and get out, but we never go after him and get revenge. Well, now he's in this game, so let's hope that Michael DeSanta gets to kill him.
Gentlemen, how you like this space? It's gonna be an EDM paradise. There's gonna be
EDM,
models, implants,
electric
tramp stamps, all the real shit. That's
distribution machine,
now give me a minute
electronic disco music. I don't know.
something inside.
Oh, electronic dance music is probably what it means.
You nearly got the club. We're finally a go. Now you take care of these guys. No cold feet. Okay? Let's go.
Okay. Alright, well, we have a pistol with a suppressor. And we've got a guy with a maxed out sneaking score. So we should be able to reach the helipad without alerting Rocco, I would think. Yeah, see, I could have been a little slicker about that, but I wasn't. No money on you guys, huh? Sorry you had to die, but you're in the way of my objective of making sure this terrible movie gets made. Alright, I'll cut to the chase. Because I got about this far and just a little farther in the video that was eaten by the Cosmos. And that's why I know there's no point in messing around with any of those doors. We are cutting around here and we are looking for a ladder up. In fact, it's possible there's another way to get there, but this was the one I found. after having tried to actually move around inside the building a bit. I hope we get to kill Rocco, but I have a feeling we don't, that he might be a recurring minor villain in this game that we get eventually. Despite this guy's, that door is not openable either, because this is where I got.
You got any kale chips?
Nah, we don't got that. Want Molly?
Molly? No, it's McElroy. Milton McElroy?
Day trip's over, gentlemen. You're going back to set.
You get lost, Wrinkles?
Okay, cinematic
Who's
time.
this jackass? Hey, you!
Hey!
Oh,
Hey!
turns out these guys are in love with their contract. So they'll be going back to the set with me.
Can you believe this fucking clown? No! This guy's all mine!
I'll have to beat him up. I don't get to kill him. I have ultimate strength from playing tennis with my wife. So watch out. Keep accidentally hitting the walls. You can just call me FDR because I'm going to make a new deal. I was hoping I could actually throw him off the roof.
Alright.
Now there was a guy kind of guarding the helicopter, but I guess he left. Appreciate you sitting there calmly, gentlemen, as all this is going on. You know, we really could close the doors there.
But you can't bully talent, buddy. We are not shooting until I get a new deal. Can't bully talent? Just watch me. You're gonna be a good boy when I'm done.
Oh man, I hope we don't have a repeat of that thing. And the one thing I do remember from Gay Tony is when we took a guy up in a helicopter and threatened him and then pushed him out so that we could skydive down, grab him, and spring a parachute to scare him into compliance. But it was the first time we'd been forced to skydive in a long time. And there was basically a button you could press that was the let go of him and fail the mission instantly button. And I pressed it because I was just trying buttons to see what they did.
I don't know who you think you are. Just jumped up to studio security? I ain't security.
I'm Solomon's assistant, but I don't give him happy ending. Well, see now it would be handy if we kind of knew where the yeah, what I don't know is I don't remember where Solomon's base is so that we can kind of fly in the general direction of where we need to go and be near there when the mission ends. I think it was up here someplace. So we can fly dangerously and that will...
Just stop being a bully, okay? If you give me a rock, I'll do any picture you want.
Woo!
You actually hit that.
Yeah, I actually didn't mean to hit that. Sorry.
Don't fly under anymore. Enough! Enough! Alright, I'll do the shitty movies for the shitty money. I'll do anything you want. I'll blow you. And just stop! Finally! You come to your senses.
Alright, all I had to do was almost wreck the helicopter. I feel like we did that really quickly. Oh, I wasn't too far off from where I thought we wanted to go either. I feel like we did that fairly quickly, but also, I came a lot closer than I meant to destroying the helicopter.
Hey, Milton, what? I think you owe an apology to Mr. Richards. Would I be in pain? No, you should apologize to me. A brutal honesty, bud. You're not that good. It feels phoned in. You're lucky you're working at all. You're kidding me, right? I am an artist, dude. You're apologizing. When you see Solomon, you say, sorry for the misunderstanding, sir, and you will always appreciate the opportunity he's given you. Look, I just wanted a better deal. Everyone wants a better deal.
Yeah,
Everyone
so why are you
selling
being so
coffee, selling
why are you not
cars,
understanding that?
typing in spreadsheets wants a better deal. But you got the best deal there is. You're making movies. Yeah, look at it that way. Now, where
You know,
are
now
we
that you
putting
say
this
that,
thing
I
down?
I don't think you needed to threaten us. You're actually quite reasonable.
Use the empty water tank. All right, then we'll do the same.
I guess that's this thing right here. Okay.
Put it there. The water tank turned parking lot.
Yep.
Setting it down.
I see it. I'm just trying not to crash. I don't know how long they think it takes to land a helicopter in real life. They don't seem to think it takes very long. Well, I'm glad we were all able
Solomon is anxious to see
to come
you.
to an understanding, gentlemen.
Look, I'm feeling a little keyed up. How about I call my guy, go on a little jolly, and call Solomon from wherever I wake up in a week?
That's
How
the
about
director?
You see him right now, and we go flying again if you even look like you'll fail a piss test at any point on this shoot.
By piss test, I know you mean drugs, but it kind of sounds like you mean if I just can't produce enough piss. Are they still following? Maybe I can select a guard. Maybe I can use them like as a beast master. I can bring them with me the next time I go into the shroud. I'm thinking of a different game, by the way. Alright guys, make sure you climb up over here rather than just walking on the path.
What a wonderful surprise. Anton, my boy. You're an artist, I know that. And this story is the best kind of art. A simplistic, cliche-ridden pile of dross that you will turn into magic. Get a grip. I love ya.
So Solomon,
He's supposed to be a hack,
there's
right?
A little something he wants to say to you. Say it.
I just want to say that I'm sorry for any misunderstanding, sir, and I
Appreciate.
appreciate
Yeah. Even I remember
the
this.
opportunities that you've given me.
Of course, of course. Michael, what can I say? You're a natural. I love you.
You're too kind.
No, I mean...
Now please, help me kill Devin Weston.
But would it be okay if I gave you a shout? This shoot seems cursed for some reason or another. I need an associate producer.
Associate producer, that's huge. That's a producer that didn't pay any money, right?
Oh, hell yeah.
I remember working on a, not quite a student film, because people involved had graduated from college at that point, but I do remember working on a film, it's like shortly after I got to college, and I was good to be the sound recordist, but, oh, I only got one silent assassin. Oh. Can't touch this. Oh, I guess that's if you beat Rocco without taking any hits. But yeah, like one of the producers was the star, one of the producers was the director, one of the producers is like a co-star, and then but they were all producers who put in money. There were four producers, and one of them didn't put any money. I remember this is the guy that I had a hard time getting along with sometimes because he just was hanging out with the guys who did front the money for it. It's like, a bunch of kids just out of college. So they decided to pool together some money and make a movie. As far as I know, I never made the movie money back. I was working on it for free. But I haven't heard from you. I trust you're keeping fine mental health, but I worry. Phone session? Yeah, let's do this. But before we do, just in case it initiates immediately. Yeah, like what I found frustrating was that this very bossy person, this fourth producer, but they were just a producer because like the night they were all like hanging out and having drinks and talking about it and decided to do a movie, he was there hanging out with them, and that's why he was a producer. Like he didn't put up any money, he didn't have any background or skills. The best thing I remember him doing is we were shooting on location just out somewhere. We didn't have any permits or anything, and there was a homeless guy hanging around just kind of like talking to us. And, like, he kind of went and talked to the homeless guy and, like, paid him a couple of bucks to leave. But he did this in this very, like, hold on, I'll take care of this. Like, hey, buddy, yeah, come talk to me. Like, he was acting like a Hollywood big shot while, you know, coming over and talking to a homeless guy and giving him a few bucks to go away. But he was also a producer. And as somebody who actually had gone to school, well, never mind. I won't go any further into this story. This is more, it's actually getting more into real life stuff than I usually do about my background. But let's call our therapist and see what he's got to say. Because I have been checking periodically to see if we could do anything with him.
Hello, Dr. Isaiah Friedlander speaking.
Hey, Doc, it's me.
Michael.
Oh,
How
Michael,
are you?
my
Not good,
caller
Doc.
ID wasn't
Not
on.
good at all.
Well, we spent a lot of time over the years discussing how negative actions lead to negative thoughts as much as the reverse. Because of the compounding of your classical low self-esteem with your assorted sexual hang-ups,
What?
desperate search for the easy answer in life, and your profound narcissism, reality
Things
will
are
have
going
a
good for
habit
us.
of
Why are we even
handing
saying
you
that?
repeated kicking. Anyway, what's up?
Hell, Doc, when you put it like that, I'm afraid I ain't got much hope.
Have you been acting out again, Michael?
I've been a mixed bag, Doc.
What about the bad, Michael? Tell me.
Yeah.
Things are... I gotta tell you, Doc. They're awful. I'm making
What?
bad decisions here. And other people are...
No, yeah, well, I guess his family left
Family
him.
left me.
We just got
They won't
done.
even take my phone calls.
Yeah, we just
Fuck.
got done doing a cool meeting for
But
a
I did meet
movie
this guy,
mission.
Solomon Richards. You might have heard of him. Richards Majestic, and we're doing some work together. In the movies. Can you fucking believe that? I'm a movie producer.
Well, I'm glad to hear things are looking up. But you shouldn't look for validation outside of yourself. Validation isn't a label. It comes from within.
He's not
Any
wrong.
other violent outburst, Michael?
Things have really been up and down, Doc.
Yeah, he just mentioned, hey, Doc, I haven't talked to you in a while. My family left me, but I'm now a movie producer. The doc was like, okay, anything else to report?
I mean, 1 minute I'm fine, next the fucking red mist descends. I can't seem to help myself.
These are the classic symptoms of your condition, Michael. You're very ill.
Accept his
Pardon
advice.
me, Doc, I just can't seem to
I
control.
guess. I think I hit the button to accept.
What about your sexual problems, Michael?
I just can't get enough.
You know, I've been a good boy in that regard. I'm making real progress, Doc.
We are making progress, Michael. You're finally
Jesus,
listening
that's
to
kind of,
me.
that's not what a therapist would say, is it?
So, hey, you know, as you can see, I'm kind of doing better. You know, not perfect, mind you, but
Yeah, is this the cool car I complimented
You know,
before?
therapy can really help you, Michael, which is why you should be really pleased with what you're doing. But I'm going to have to stop you there. Oh, and there is one thing. Phone sessions are a little more expensive, obviously.
Wait, what?
obviously.
Why would
but
they be?
so fulfilling. Let's speak again soon.
And we just lost $1,500 to have that bit of unnecessary plot dialogue.
Right.
The fuck's going on with that bus? Oh, anyway. Well, that was goofy, wasn't it? Let's go throw down Emmanuel save. Emmanuel Lewis save. Because from there, let's smoke on the water. Never mind. From there, we're kind of looking at. I know for Trevor, we could do a rampage, and we've got those missions for the like really unpleasant. Not just because she's big, but like they made a point of having the lady who gives you the bounty hunter missions, bail jump missions, whatever they are, look really unpleasant. But I do know, like, because I think we've now explored enough of the map. I couldn't find the place to do the next mission for those. We wandered around in a junkyard, and it was the wrong place. But I think we can find it now if we so chose. But, oh, look, there's tennis, like, right next to each other. But, in fact, what the story wants is for us to get involved with Devin Seven of Hapoctal, a.k.a. Devin West, the guy who introduced us to Solomon Richards. Solomon Richards doesn't have a new mission to do just yet. I like the Solomon, so far, like I'm starting to remember Solomon Richards. I don't want to spoil a bunch of the story, but I do like that they're giving Michael, as a character, something to be happy about. Trevor can go to hell. Like, I always thought, like, they do a lot with, like, making Trevor, like, this hilarious and funny psychopath, but he's also just a fucking terrible person. And he killed Johnny Schnabitz, action-adventure punk. Michael, we know, kind of left his friend Trevor in the lurch and is a bit of a scumbag in his own right. But he's still a more fun and likable character to me, even if we know he kind of turned state's evidence against his friends in a way that doesn't make that much sense to me. And got like a mansion out of it, and maybe I shouldn't like him, but I'm happy to see him getting something that he can be happy about. And like, yeah, I could see how getting involved in the film industry would be like kind of a dream for a lot of people. Whereas Trevor's dream, I don't know what the hell that would involve, but it would probably involve committing violence against a bunch of people. And like, kind of, I don't know what they can do with Franklin because they already. Part of the problem with Franklin is how do you make him meaningfully distinct from CJ? Which sounds like I'm saying a terrible thing. Like they've already had a black protagonist in California. What could they possibly do different between the two characters? Well, what I'm getting at is that they haven't done, and not that you couldn't, but they haven't. It's like Franklin doesn't seem to have as much of a personality as CJ. I guess the distinction being that Franklin has like looked at the gangbanger lifestyle and sees that it's a bunch of crap that's not going to get him anywhere. But that he basically does want to like hustle. But like as far as like, oh, what would be the ultimate dream for that character? Like the first thing that comes to mind, like, oh yeah, Michael DeSanta wants to be a movie producer. The first thing that comes to mind for Franklin would be, oh, he might like to get involved in like the music scene. But that was CJ's dream. So I blame me if you want. I don't think we know enough about Franklin to come up with a less generic like. This is what a 20-something black guy on the West Coast would want to be into that is different from what CJ had, which was like, yeah, let's get into the music game. The CJ also got involved with running a casino. Like, CJ had a bunch of stuff that was going on. Right now, I guess Franklin owns a weed distillery, but that's an optional thing. I don't know, what the hell was my point here? I guess my point was, it's kind of nice that maybe some of our characters have a goal. Other than just dealing with a problem that develops for them. I guess Michael DeSanta's journey will be, can he get his family back and maintain this film business thing that he's started? Like, there's a possible, like, happy ending for Michael. I don't see what happy ending Trevor has other than not being killed. All of them, of course, could have the happy ending of just, like... Well, like, you could have the GTA 3 and... Vice City, I'm thinking of. Both have a thing where they set up like a huge bank robbery score, but in Vice City it's like optional. Those are the missions that it was really weird that Lance Vance wasn't involved, and I finally realized, oh, it's because you can do them post-game after you've killed Lance Vance. But I would always do them before ending the main story and wonder, why isn't Lance Vance involved with this? It seems like this would be down his alley to be part of this caper. Anyway, so yeah, the game is at a bit of a standstill right now. Like, our family has left us, and we don't really have a line on where the game is going that will get addressed and fixed. I think I'm realizing now that we've got a new thing to do. That N with a question mark is probably. Like, is his name Nigel? Like, I think that's probably the continuation of the weird storyline with the crazy British people. They probably got their celebrity at the lock up now, and Trevor can do additional stuff with them. But what the main story wants us to do is get with Devon. And I think that's where the next bit of main story will come in. Because right now, our story is... I mean, I just take a minute and recap the entire story here. Franklin meets Michael, and they start doing and he's kind of giving Michael, or Michael is kind of giving Franklin lessons on how to be a better crook. But it all sort of falls apart because Michael, in a fit of rage, destroys the home of a mobster who he thinks it's the home of the tennis coach who's cheating with his wife. It's a mobster. That forces them to go on that forces him and Franklin to rob a jewelry store, which is successful, but brings Trevor back into Michael's life. Trevor appears, and it's kind of teased that Trevor will, like, murder Michael and his whole family, but then instead he just doesn't for no real reason. But Michael kind of seems to suggest to Franklin that Trevor at any time could decide to kill him again, and I think it's because we still don't know exactly what happened, and if Trevor finds out the truth, he might snap and go off on Michael. But basically the story at this point is, then, they're all hanging out in the city. I can't remember why Trevor is on the hook with the FIB. It's kind of like all three of them are being used. Somebody pointed out it's not cat's paw. It's, well, they told me what the correct term is, and now I've lost it. But Franklin is just pulled into all this by association. Like, Michael's the one that the FIB really has by the balls. And he's doing stuff for them. And we're all trying to think of a way to get out of it. But we've also all kind of gotten in trouble. Like, potentially we're now on a terrorist watch list because of Trevor's insane scheme where he was going to steal a nuclear weapon to sell the Chinese. And I don't know if there's going to be repercussions from that or if it's just a goofy side thing that happened. But our main plot line at this point is just these three weirdos are floating through life doing heists whenever they are ordered to by the FBI. And we don't seem to have a plan on how to get out from underneath the thumb of the FBI. But now we've been associated with this kind of like West Coast tech millionaire guy. And it remains to be seen if that is going to be a good thing or a bad thing. But we might find out more next time, because at this point in the main story, all roads lead to Devin Weston, and we'll be doing a mission for him next. Bye for now.